This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
So it seems like Donald Trump is trying to out Kanye in the race to see who can be the most anti-Semitic, who can fuel and foment the most hatred against Jews, who are historically absolutely a battered and marginalized class of individual. They have, for hundreds of years, been abused, subjected to violence. And Donald Trump, Kanye, others, the steady march of white Christian nationalists, the same type of people who carried their little tiki torches to Charlottesville, you know, the very fine people on both sides. They love it. They're here for it. So Donald Trump took to his failing social media platform, Truth Social, and he truthed this. No president has done more for Israel than I have. Somewhat surprisingly, however, our wonderful evangelicals, you can write in Christians there. When talking about evangelicals, they mean Christians, these conservatives. So I will insert that word there. However, our wonderful Christians are far more appreciative than the people of the Jewish faith, meaning Jews. So let's read this as he meant it. Our wonderful Christians are far more appreciative of me than Jews, especially the Jews living in the United States. Those Jews living in Israel, though, are a different story. Highest approval rating in the world. Could easily, he's speaking about himself now, I could easily be prime minister of Israel. Disregard the fact he's not a citizen of Israel. U.S. Jews have to get their act together and appreciate what they have in Israel before it's too late. This is ominous language. This is threatening language. This is, by every measure, anti-Semitic language. Not to mention egotistical and narcissistic and braggadocious. No president has done more for Israel, as though Jews and Israel are synonymous. As though Jews are a monolith. And it is, look, I'm not Jewish. Not particularly religious in any way. But when you start pointing fingers, naming names, when you start highlighting people by their ethnicity, and by their religion in a negative way, especially people of the Jewish faith, who there have been attempted exterminations of. And when you're a former president of the United States that still has a hypnotic hold over almost half of the United States, we got a problem. When MAGA puke, Kanye West, is gallivanting across media, making all kinds of conspiratorial claims about the Jewish people, we got a problem. When only years ago there was death and destruction at the hands of these anti-Jewish trolls, these violent white supremacists, we got a problem. Yet, where are Republicans? Where are Republicans to condemn this pukery, this sickening tirade by an unhinged, racist, homophobic anti-Semite? Where are they? Crickets. They're nowhere. Because they fear Donald Trump more than they revere equality. They fear Donald Trump more than they fear being labeled the bigots that they are. I mean, every single line of this can be gone through and taken apart as asking either the question of what is he talking about, or that it is dangerous talk before it's too late. Because Donald Trump has a habit. It is pattern and practice for Donald Trump to speak in ways that can be interpreted in multiple different ways. Oh, before it's too late. He just means whatever they would say, and not the communicating the ominousness that he is. While all the while touting himself as some kind of a savior for Israel. Because there is a strange love language that evangelical Christians in this country believe they have for Israel. Because without Armageddon, without the certain things that are talked about by John in the book of Revelation, there will be no rapture. Certain things have to take place according to prophecy in the Bible, or as it's understood by these types. And remember, I grew up in that cult. I am a former white Christian nationalist. I was taught to revere Israel as a concept. There was always shitty things said about Jews, but that was okay because that was about the liberal New York Jews or whatever. We're waiting for the harbingers of doom. These certain events have to take place before Jesus can come back. That is why evangelicals, with their dominionism, that's why they revere Israel. They need to be close to it for their doomsday to come, for their death cult to come to pass. And Donald Trump is there. He's ready. He wants to foment that hatred. He wants to light the fires of anti-Semitism, even though his son-in-law is Jewish. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call. Leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can absolutely email me daily at dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, not on TikTok. Going to be talking about that later. Me and good old David Pakman, both banned permanently, it seems, from TikTok. Anyway, Twitter and Instagram. Love to see you there. In 2 days, I check in for surgery for my colon cancer, so I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I want to prepare you for that. You're going to see a new face, a wonderful, beautiful, brilliant face here in my place for at least 2 weeks. My wife, Brittany Page, the co-host for almost 9 years of my podcast, I Doubt It. You're in good hands. If you appreciate what I do, you want to help support the mission of this program, please consider it. Click the join button below, become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Both those are great ways to help support what I do now and contribute to the Jesse Dollemore doesn't have sick days fund. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, as always, be genuine. Take care of one another.